Good evening, everyone. We are now live in Digital Creatives Worldwide for ArchiCAD for Interior Designers Part 2. So, to those who miss the Part 1, feel free to watch the replay in Digital Creatives Worldwide. Okay, so let's continue our learning session. I'll be adding our instructor, Miss Beata. Good
Hello,
evening.
everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I will share my screen and we start. So today we're talking about renderings, surfaces, and I think this is what I would like to show you today. Today's lessons should be shorter than yesterday one, but this knowledge which I will show you today, I think you can even use in different kind of softwares, not only in ArchiCAD, because the way how to create surfaces, it's almost similar to any kind of the software. And I will show you some website as well, where to find for free some surfaces and how to create them. We start from ArchiCAD. So this is our model which we created yesterday. And the first, in ArchiCAD, you can find a lot surfaces, so everything what you can put on walls, slabs, objects, etc. But the first where to find them is the first way is when you, for example, go to some tool, you have something like model tab, and you are looking for surfaces there. For example, when you would like to put some surface, for example, the brick on the wall, you need to select which kind of the side you would like to put this brick. You need to select the icon, and then you just need to choose some brick, for example, from the list. And this all list, it's all the surfaces which are already in ArchiCAD, but you can, of course, find much more and you can create your own surface. More easy way to put some surfaces in ArchiCAD is to go to 3 dimension. So when you can see this model like that, and we have some special kind of the palette which you can see here on the top. But this palette you can just open in 3 dimensions. So when you are here, when you are working in 3 dimension, you need to go to the window, palette, and you have something like Surface Painter. Here is the same list, just there are no names on looks a little bit different. I'm just trying to move it bigger. So it's the full list of surfaces which are already in ArchiCAD. But for example, I would like to find some bricks. So we have something like search bar, and we just need to type what kind of surfaces we are looking for. And for example, we have ArchiCAD just found still searching for more bricks. So the first ones are already in ArchiCAD. Then you can find something like another one kind of surfaces with folder icon. It means that this brick is in ArchiCAD, just it's not available like I would like to find such brick here. It's not on this list. You need to download them, just click on this icon and you have add to project. So you need to manually add some extra surfaces to ArchiCAD. And you have some extra surfaces with the globe icon. And they are somewhere in internet. And you need to download from the internet. You need to have connection to internet to find such kind of the surfaces, but you can download them for free. But still, you can... Let me make it smaller. Still, this all is which we have, for example, the bricks here are not everything what you can use in ArchiCAD. And you can, of course, create your own surfaces. And the first website which I would like to show you, and you can use this website for free, and you can create in this website surfaces, is called Quixel. So you need to just register here. You can register for free, you just need to create some account. And then you have Quixel mega scans, and you can download many different kind of surfaces. And for example, I would like to find some brick, and let's say this kind of the brick. You can download in 3 different size of these surfaces. You are not download. It's not surface. It's just a packet of the photos which you can use to create surfaces, for example, in ArchiCAD, but also in 3D Max, in Cinema, in any kind of software which you are using for renderings. And this, what is important, try in ArchiCAD. I don't know how in other softwares, but if you are not creating something like billboards, really big renderings, it's too much to download 8K resolution, because you can imagine that when you put such kind of surfaces, such pictures on any kind of small objects, especially if you are working with interior designers, and then this project will be very, very heavy, and your computer can just stuck somewhere and stop working. So absolutely fine is 2K, depends on how big is should to be your renderings. Do you want to print them or not? But mostly 2K resolution is fine. And just choose resolution and click download. Let's try to download them. I have already created such surveys. I will show you in a second that we don't need to wait, as I'm not sure how long ArchiCAD will render them. But this how the surface looks like. I have here, for example, is the same from the same website I just downloaded before, some wood. And you have so many pictures inside. You are downloading so many pictures from this website. So the first one is just how the surface will be looks like. And the next ones, you have just effects. This what we use in ArchiCAD is the first one. So general picture how the surface looks like. We also use the normal map and displacement. But you have also some extra pictures which probably, for example, in 3D Max or different software you can also use, and they are already prepared for you. How to make some surfaces in ArchiCAD. And again, because we have very short time, so I will show you some fast way to not make it manually everything. So you need to go to options, element attributes, and everything what is on this list you can create in ArchiCAD. Of course, you have some kind of layers, lines, pens, files, surfaces, building materials. Everything is already in ArchiCAD, but you can make some extra. So we are looking for surfaces. And for example, I would like to create some brick. Normally, when you open this option, this surfaces window, you can see something like that. You have different kind of engine in ArchiCAD. And renderings in ArchiCAD, we are mostly creating in CineRender by Maxon engine. It's the same engine which Cinema 4D software working on. We are going here, and the first fast way how to create something, even if you don't know how to make those all parameters, how big it should be. For example, I would like to create some brick. The first, just try to find on this on list, which we have already surfaces in ArchiCAD, such surface which is similar to this what we would like to create. For example, I would like to create some brick. I will choose some brick from this list. Just I don't want to create something like that. We change it to our needs. So the first one is color. We are going to the color, and because we have some pictures, we just download those pictures, we change the texture from the layer to image. And we need to download this image to ArchiCAD. Let's click add, and you need to find on your computer this. I need to unzip this picture. Give me a second. Okay. So this is the folder which I just downloaded, and we need to find this one. Open the picture we see here and click OK. The second what is important is to decide how big is this surface, because we need to look for this picture. So I just add this one. And we need to say to ArchiCAD that this what I can see on this picture in real world will be, for example, 1 meter to 1 meter. That's not one single brick, what kind of size has, only this what I can see on this picture. So let's go to ArchiCAD, and we are going to size, and I can type the size here. Now it's 20 centimeters to 40 centimeters, so it can be a little bit too small. Let's say that it's 1 meter to 1 meter. Probably it's not, but it will be just a little bit bigger. So we have the first one, yes? But it's too little. If I will just finish like that, and I will not use those effects, we get, because I just created something like that, let me show you how it looks like. The effect will be like that. We see just this picture which we just downloaded, but we would like to have more realistic effect in ArchiCAD. So let's back to our window, and what we add here, we leave the reflectance, and we have a normal map. It's this purple picture which we just downloaded. I have too many folders here. This one. This is the normal map. It's always in such colors. The normal map allows us to make something like up and down, more realistic effect in ArchiCAD and in any software which we are just using. So we just click on normal. We are going to texture. We need to add image and add this normal map. Okay. And OK. You can see even here that it's a little bit not so flat like it was. We have also displacement map, so we can add displacement as well, just because we have the picture, so we add the picture, and we have displacement map. Okay. The second one, if I will click OK, it will be one problem. I don't know what. I forgot to tell you something. Because we changed this brick which is here, we should choose from this list the most similar, and then click new to not change this what is in ArchiCAD, we just make the changes. So you're just creating something new from this surface which is here already. If I will click OK, it will be one problem with this brick. We have this brick here, so I can place this brick on my wall. You just click on the surface, and click on the wall, for example, where you would like to place it. It's nothing changed, because This what we can see here in 3D is a different engine than this one which we just create the surface. So before we click OK, we should make one more step. So when we just created something like here, we need to go to Match Settings and update basic settings from Scene Render. Now, this one we changed it here, that I can see what kind of software, what kind of surface I really created right now. You have also here some option. Let me show you. For example, here you have load 3D settings. So for example, if you have some special kind of surfaces for Cinema 4D, you can also use them, just download them to ArchiCAD direct from this window. So it's another way to show something, to create some new surfaces in ArchiCAD. And you can compare. This is the surface, how it looks like if I will not place this normal map displacement. It will be looks like that. And with those all effects, looks like that after rendering. So you can see that it's more realistic. Really, it's not so flat like to use only single picture in ArchiCAD. We should to have some normal map, bump map. If you don't have normal map, you can create them for free. I don't know if you know. I don't know if you know. When you just type in Google, for example, bump map creator, you have something. The first website which you will see, it's not very nice looking, but you can create for free normal displacement, ambient occlusion, specular map for free. Just drag and drop this picture here to this window and you can create for free all those maps. So it's a nice way, for example, if you would like to create some special kind of ties or wood from manufacturer, which looks different than this, what you can find on the Quixel, then you can create those maps. You need to just have this general picture from this ArchiCAD, from this manufacturer, and you can create for free those all maps here. And you can even change the effect of displacement or map. So we can see that it will be more aggressive or less. And to create, before downloading those maps, you can change the effects here as well. So it's a nice and free way to create all maps for creating surfaces. And it's working not only in ArchiCAD like that, but also in any kind of that softwares where you're just creating renderings and animation in the software. Is the first way. The second way, I will show you something I just created before. So I can compare, for example, it's just general surface in ArchiCAD, how it looks like with bump maps. And this what we, and this what we just created manually looks like that. You can see that even it's not hard to create, it's not difficult to create your own surfaces in ArchiCAD, and it's even better effect. The next problem, maybe not a problem, but when you are designing interiors, mostly when you are creating renderings in interior, you have some problem with light. It's mostly a little bit too dark interiors, too dark room, not enough sun. The first, what you should to do is to play a little bit with the sun. When you are in 3 dimension, Just click with right button on your mouse, and you have something like 3D projection settings. Here you can decide from which direction sun is coming. So for example, I have window here, and I would like to show that sun is going through my window. We can also change the position manually of our sun, and when you are going to sunlight, you have even more effects to make it more bright or less, and make more intensive effects. But even to put full sun through our windows, sometimes it's not enough. I don't know, it's working like that in different way to create surfaces in ArchiCAD and in different softwares are quite similar, but I'm not sure it's working the same. How you are working with lights in ArchiCAD and in different software, but in ArchiCAD we have something special kind of the lights. We have lamp tool, and we have something like general light sources. Source. We have general light. It's the way how to make really quick and nice looking interiors. Let's open some layer. What do we have here? It's just general light to make something looking more bright interior. This what you should do looking for is, because we are using this general light to make more bright space, and I don't want to show any shadows from this general light, because it really looks a little bit strange that we have some strange shadow and we have no lamps inside. It's the first one what we should to change. And also to change follow reduce light intensity over distance, because I would like to have the same intensive brightness in all space. The next one, what I should be looking for is the level. And it should be above 0, otherwise it will be no light inside my interior. You can also click on the arrow. You can make some special kind of the effects if you would like. So visible light, noises, lens flare. You have even more effects. But we are using only this light for, you can see how many effects we have here. We use this general light only for make it more bright interior, so we just don't use some extra effects. The same effects are with any kind of the light in ArchiCAD. I will just bring this light and place it somewhere in my space. Let's make some renderings. The first rendering here. When you're working with interiors, but not only, you have some objects. Project can be really big, and of course, when you open something in 3 dimension, it can start working really slowly with your computer, especially if you have not enough power. There is some way to make it working faster. For example, I'm working now only on this space. I don't need to show everything inside in 3 dimension. I just want to show this one. So what do we make? We have another one tool for selection. I just draw something like that. You have 2 options. One looks like that. It's very thick line, but I can change to this one. The thick line will show me in 3D. Let's check how it looks like. Just click with right button on your mouse on your plan, and you have show selection mark in 3D. shortcut is for F4, but the shortcut can be different, depends of the language version. And for example, you're working on 22 or 24, so better check before click on F4. And how it looks like. That I can see now in 3D only this what I just select. The problem is that I can see my roof because this thick line just made that in 3D I can see only this what I just placed on ground floor on this level, nothing else. So if I will change to this line, I will see in 3D everything what is inside, no matter on which level I just place it. So you can see our slab. And it maybe looks better. Okay, we know I mentioned about this yesterday. We have camera tool and we place some camera here. Let's place some camera. The first click is where we are standing. The second one is where camera is watching. And I should change this level as well. So I select our camera and let's make it 150 centimeters, and let's say that 100 is where level of our camera and where this camera is watching. It's looking camera 3. Let's move a little bit. Here in the center you can see it's this general light. Let's make quick rendering here. We're going to document, creative imaging, and photo rendering settings. Here you have all options which allow you to create some renderings in ArchiCAD. And we have, for example, the first what we can see. Sometimes we can see it like that. It's just a very small list of options. If you click detail settings, you have many extra options. And of course, you don't need to know everything what is here on this. Of course, if you know, it allows you to make even better looking renderings. But I will show you a quick way how to make it faster, even if you don't know where to click it. And the first one is just sunlight. Here is preview. So before you will click render, you can check how it will be looks like now, so you can see how dark is inside. If I will add some lamps, I will show you. I just made renderings before, so I will show you on big screen how it looks like, that we not need to wait for renderings every time. If I will add some lamps and make the lamps on 100, so it's just generally parameters, you can see that this rendering is going is much more brighter. It's a little bit red because we have brick around our room. That's why the light is a little bit red. But I will show you how it looks like on renderings. General renderings looks like that. Even if you have light white walls, white slabs, floor, everything is really light, white, everything is dark, especially when you are working with interiors. And when you add just one general lamp, as I made it, and then yeah, sorry, it's not this one. and it's the difference between one and another one. This preview, which we could see where everything was right. It was just preview, so the renderings will be much more better than this what we can see in this small screen. It's just one general lamp inside our room, and it's such kind of the difference between one rendering and another one. You need to remember that every lamp which you just place it to the scene will be make this rendering longer. You will wait longer to create some renderings in ArchiCAD, but I think even in any kind of the software you will wait much more longer. So it's fast way. This lamp you can see, it's not physical lamp, it's just effect which make your renderings looks much more better. And this general lamp also make that and then kind of the spot or grainy some renderings you have such effects you can see on the walls, on the door, or some objects. It will make very smooth effect in ArchiCAD. And you can see that here we have, let's back to ArchiCAD. You can see that here we have full list of different kind of the objects, some settings, and of course you can make it manual and make it even look much more better. But if you don't know what to do, and mostly on the beginning you don't know what to do in any kind of the software, you can choose one of something like preset, which we have in ArchiCAD. You need to go to the scene and you have select and manage scenes. You will see separate window where you have full list with every new version is even longer list, which you can choose in ArchiCAD. You have some sketch scenes, some sketch renderings you can have, photorealistic, and you have different part for outdoors and indoors. Indoors white model, so I think you can imagine what's happened. You can see any surfaces here, just everything will be white. And lamps only. What's quite nice for interiors if you are using this general lamp light in our room. You have HDRI and daylight as well here, and the lamps will be not working. But for example, I would like to have some lamps only, and you have medium effect, final, and fast. Fast, something like more for us to make some quick render to see it looks okay. Final, of course, is the best effect. But sometimes the difference between final and medium are not too much, not too big, and medium you will make much more faster. You have also something like physical. If you like to make photography with manual camera, you have here something like use physical render. And when you check those all effects, so when you are, for example, with Nokia Olympus, you are making something with manual camera photography, it's working the same way. You need to change something like exposure, ISO, and set this everything like in manual camera, and you can expect such effect like to taking picture with your camera. Just this effect, this physical camera can make much more better renderings, even this what we could see before. Just the rendering, the time to create such rendering will take longer time to create such rendering. In next step, you are deciding what kind of the size you would like to create this rendering. You can also apply the save frame, so you can see something like gray space, that this everything what is here in this gray color I will not see on my rendering. If my rendering we have such size, if I will change the size, the space will going bigger, smaller. If you choose some screen size, you can change the resolution. So if you would like to print something, better is to choose one of the size from print, because you can change the resolution, and for printing it should be 300 minimum to create renders which will be look nice after printing. 72 is enough to show something on the screen. What else I wanted to show you today? Let's finish this one. I don't know, there are some questions from you guys.
None for now.
Okay. Okay. The second one, what I wanted to show you. In ArchiCAD, of course, we can preparing everything for printing. Full documentation you can have here on Navigator. And for example, let's show one of the plans. So it's our plan. Of course, we should do preparing this everything in proper way. Now it's just placed this what I have on the ground floor. But you can, of course, export to different kind of the software. Depends which where you are. If you are on the plan and you click File, Save As, you have different kind of the files which you can export. For example, the first ones are ArchiCAD. GDL is object. We have PDF, also some pictures, image, and we have also, for example, to AutoCAD or EFC. With new version, this can be even longer. When we are in 3 dimension, we can also export to different softwares. For example, if you are creating renderings in Twinmotion or Atlantis or Rhino or somewhere, anything else, you can export to such folder, to such file, this project. So this is what you can see in 3D. You will export to, for example, Twinmotion, which works quite nice with ArchiCAD. But ArchiCAD has something which call, let me show you. This is the website. I sent this website on email, so I don't know, you will share. Maybe I will share on the comments. I don't know how to make it. You can share this file. Here you can download different ArchiCAD sample project, and for example, some interior, some bigger, smaller project, and you can see how it's really, because yesterday, very quick way, I showed, I think, as much as possible how to create some models, but here for sure you will find how this project was made with those all layers, all the plans, all construction, electric, plumbing, whatever you would like. So it's nice to learn from such project. Just download them, open in ArchiCAD, and you can click to check how it's working. But also you have something like BIM hypermodel, BIMx hypermodel. It's some application which you can download on your computer, no matter you are on Windows or Mac. But you can also download this on your phone. So you can bring all your project with yourself and have full project, full renderings, animation, 3 dimension, all plans, section, interior elevation, whatever you just created in your project, you can have on your phone, and you can and something like interactive documentation bring with yourself without bringing your laptop. And you can also download such model, such documentation. Let's check because I have this application here on the computer, but when I just open this application and start to sharing my screen, and start working very slowly. So let's check how it really works like that. It's open in such way. We can see with this project, we can see something like general perspective. Let's wait a bit. For sure, we wait a little bit because I'm sharing the screen and the internet connection to download this everything, but I hope it will be working faster. It's also some kind of the way to send, for example, a project to your customer when you are still working on, and he don't need to have, for example, it's our project. Somebody designed such kind of the project, and we can send such hypermodel, and he can open without even ArchiCAD on his computer or on the phone. He can download such model and he can turn around. We have something like icons here where we can click, and it's, for example, floor plan. We can open this floor plan and we can check. There are two such applications. One is you need to pay for, so you have even more options to make some calculation there. But even this free application works quite nice. So you can check, you can zoom, check how long is it. You can jump between all documents which you just create. We are on the basement now. We can go to ground floor plan. It looks like that. We can go to elevation. And we can check this elevation. We can back to, for example, general some rendering. So those cameras which you just place it to your model, you can jump between those cameras and to show from different direction the view. It's not only static renders. Wait a little bit. You can even move, you can go inside, you can turn it around, so you can really check everything how it looks like. It's not static renders. Here is some sections. You can also create such sections in ArchiCAD. So you can show in 3 dimension some section. It don't need to be on the interiors. And this is what is nice. You have also here some option work mode. So if somebody like to play in some computer games, I'm not playing in computer games, so I don't like it. But you are just like on computer games to use the same on your keyboard, and you are just walking left, right, up, down. And you have something like game mode. You can also open this on your phone and to use the Google and to just make more interactive for your customer, that he can just take those Googles and to check how it really looks like inside. because mostly customers for interior designers mostly have not imagination. They can't really read the plans, so such way to make some presentation for customers is even better. But this what is, I think, for I just go out from this. This is what us as architects is nice, that we can really jump between documentation and we can always have this full project with us. We have also some extra option here, so we are in CAD model, so we can even cut our project to check how it looks like. I'm now in CAD mode, so. And of course, if we create some renderings, we have full gallery here. This model hasn't some gallery, but when we made some renders in ArchiCAD, we can place together those old pictures with this project, and we can also show, for example, for interiors, if we place such kind of the floor, and for example, some tiles on the floor, I can show the difference. So you can see that we have such floor now, and it can be different kind of the floor for my customer to show some changes. And this is in such way we can jump between those cameras. So now my computer is again thinking. So we have our bathrooms here. So all those cameras, we can have those cameras here on that list, and just click twice and you can jump between them. I think it's really nice way to bring always our project with ourselves, no matter where we are, especially after the last year when more people working online. You can test it. Just go to this website where you have, if you place in the Google ArchiCAD Simple project, here we have some list, and you don't need to even download this. You can check how it looks like on the website, and you can publish on your website such presentation as well. So it's nice looking for some portfolio where you can show such presentation, and your future customer can check how it looks like. And for sure it looks better than your competition who creates just static renders. If customer, especially for interior designers, if customer can turn around, he can click to check how it looks like. So even if it's not absolutely perfect and photorealistic, such interactive way is better for him than just static picture. So for sure. You can here jump between different kind of the plans. For example, somebody creates some zonic plans, scenic plan, electric, architectural, so you can open any kind of the plans. Depends what kind of the plans you just created. Then you can download this application. If you just place BIMx on your phone, it's on the Android and iPhone as well, so you can use it for free and check download. Even if you download such application, you will have just one project inside this application, so you can even test after downloading this direct on your phone. After downloading, you can check how it works like. Okay, guys. Do you have some questions? Now it's time to ask some questions. No matter to today about renderings or about yesterday modeling, it's time for you.
Probably the first question for those who would like to start out with rendering. I guess what's your recommended render engine?
In ArchiCAD? In ArchiCAD, scene render. This what we just created those surfaces. Just ArchiCAD has two different versions of ArchiCAD. One, this what you can see on my screen. Another one is something like, depends on the country, it's called Solo or Start Edition, what is for young architects. I think to 30 years old, you can buy it cheaper. But this version, the Solo or Start Edition, hasn't the scene render engine. So those renderings looks a little bit. Maybe I will show you some compare. It's just more those renderings looks like this what we can see now in 3 dimension in such effects. It's not so much realistic. If you are students, you have option to download Twinmotion, for example, for free for students. And Twinmotion works quite nice with ArchiCAD because, as I mentioned yesterday, ArchiCAD has something like synchronization between ArchiCAD and Twinmotion. Let me check.
Yeah, I think they have a tight integration.
So for students, it's for free. Twinmotion the cache, so you can get it for free. The price is in Polish zloty, so it's something like full version commercial use. It's 600 euro dollars. It's quite similar. But for students, it's for free. You can download them for free, and you have something like plugins here. You need to download those plugins, and it's nice working that you don't need to export. Only you click with different options which you will have in the menu, and it's nice working because you will, for example, delete something from the model, move something window to left, right side. You open Twinmotion, your project in Twinmotion, and it will be moved there as well. You don't need to start again, export again this model. The same with ArchiCAD is working Atlantis. It was long time very popular with to work to create some renders in Atlantis. But of course, you can also export the project from ArchiCAD to any kind of the software. You can save it as SketchUp, as 3ds, so any kind of the software which you will, where you will open 3ds or SketchUp files. You can use those models from ArchiCAD. There are some something like Maxwell. I don't know where
Maxwell
is it.
renderer.
Yeah, because I can see some people, some footballist here on the list. There are many, but I think Twinmotion and Atlantis is the most popular to work with ArchiCAD, but it's not just only one software. If you like something different, you can use it, and all depends what kind of the price you would like to pay for. There are also Lumion, but it's working only on the Windows. I have Mac, and That's why I'm not using it. It's working quite similar to Twinmotion, Lumion, but it's for sure work better for exterior, because they in Twinmotion as well you can see the trees, you can change the weather of the space around you. You don't need to looking for tree from winter and tree from the summer, because you have the option to change the weather and the time of the year. So the same tree we have some will be green or will be full of snow, and it's working a little bit windy weather. So for exterior, it's really working well to Twinmotion and Lumion. I'm mostly creating interiors, so this weather is something like I would like to use it, but I can't show some tree inside my house. So it's too much options for me. And I will show you one more trick. For example, when we are working with interiors, but even with exterior, of course, you can show. Let's go here. Here we have some window, and it's nice to show something, but there is something. It's not just gray color from my window. And of course, when I'm just moving to left, right side, I would like to have such effects which is not really static. We have some option to in photo rendering setting that I can place some background. Now it's known, but for example, we have some image. Let's choose something what we have already in ArchiCAD. Let's say something like that. Here is some area. Oh, come on. And of course, and such view we have if I will create some rendering in ArchiCAD. Of course, I can also show something like that in 3D. So we need to go to the view, 3D view options, and we have 3D style effects. And here is background as well. If I would choose as in photo rendering, so this is what I choose here. I can see now in my render. The problem is that it's very static, especially if I would like to show some city. For example, I'm working with some apartment, and I would like to see another one house next to this one, which I'm just designing. There is some different option. Just place none, and this is what we need to have. Just create some wall. Just we create this wall really big. Now this wall has 300 centimeters. Always in ArchiCAD, wall is such tall like my levels. So my ground floor has 3 meters. So my wall will have also 3 meters. If I will change the level of my ground floor, it will change here as well. You just need to click 7. Shortcut probably will be different. So we go here on the tab, click on the tab, and you have story settings. I should click Command 7, Control 7 in my version. And you need to change the height to next. For example, if I will change from 3 meters to 5 meters, and click OK. If we go to the walls, you will see that here we have 3 meters. But it's for this effect, which I will just show you, even 5 meters is too much. Too small. So we just make not linked wall. And now I can create as much as possible. 10 meters for such small house will be enough. Okay. Next one, I will make the second icon. I choose the second icon. And we need to make something like such wall to create around my house. I can put it like that around my house, so we have this wall. No matter which rendering in which room I will see this wall. But of course, we can only create such fragment, such short element, if we have just windows here on this wall. Maybe I will make like that. The next one, what I need, and probably I don't have it now, so I will find quick, because this idea to show you something like that was just coming to my head. So, but how it looks like in 3D. This looks like that. But I have some more here. And everything what I need to do, I need to place some picture on this wall. This is what I would like to show from my window when I will be inside my kitchen, my bedroom, what kind of the view I would like to have there. And this what we need to have is some kind of the picture. So maybe I will find some picture. But we know that this picture is 5 meter, this wall is 5 meter tall. And let's check how long is this wall. So we need to have dimension. The first one dimension. And here we have icon, which allow us to calculate how long is such kind of the walls, which are not just single line. We need to click on this wall just once, and you will see some point on the beginning and point on the end. Now we need to click twice in empty space, and now we are just placing where the dimension is. So we have wall which has something like 5 meters to 20 meters. Why I need this size? I need to create some surface. Option, element, attributes, surfaces. We don't need to have some special effects because it will be just the picture which we see on the rendering through our window. I will just choose something like paint, let's say titanium white, so it's just white color on the wall. Create new, place some name. This already exists, so let's make like that. And what I need to have this picture, which I would like to show from my window. Then we need to go to texture, image. Let's find something on my computer. Maybe we just use this one because I for sure don't have any picture on my computer, which I would like to show you. We have already some pictures here, but it's HDR. Okay, let's find something on my computer. And I have here. Okay, we have some picture. Let's say it's a bit strange because we should have some streets, some, I don't know, gardens, some park. But let's say it's my picture which I would like to show through my window. Okay, and we need to looking for the size. Horizontal will be 5 meters. No, sorry, horizontal will be 20 meters because our wall was 20 meters long and vectorial will be 5 meters. And that's it. I don't need to have some bump and such effects. Okay, and let's place it on our wall. Click on the wall. we can go here, just select, and I will place this picture on the one and the second one. And this, what we need to have, that I don't need to create some renders. To match settings basic from scene render. If I will show now this wall in 3D, probably I made something. I should do the size, creating different. Here should be 5, and here 20. Now you can see. It's just this picture is very small. It looks like 20 is maybe 1 0 more should be. This is what I always forget, is to match those settings. Yeah, come on. I have a problem with the size of this picture. How long is it? Maybe let's find some different picture. What such walls are making when we are inside our room and we would like to show something from our window. It's not really looks so flat. That what I'm moving, this picture also moving with my camera. Just of course I should find some city, some park. It will be looks better because here I can see on the carpet of my screen. But it's also nice when you are creating some animation in ArchiCAD, and that this view from the windows are also going as your camera, and it's not so much static, and from every point of the view you can see always the same view through your windows, and it looks a little bit fake. But I think such effects you can also, such wall or element or morph, you can also just create in any kind of the software and to make look it a little bit better. If you have some cameras placed, you can also create those renderings, the view from those cameras. But as you can see, I have 3 cameras. All cameras are connected with one line. So it means that now this line is my animation. So my animation will go from the first camera to the second to the third camera. And we can also create some animation in ArchiCAD. You have some extra options. You can create animation with 3D window effect or photo rendering window. But if you would like to create some photo editing window, the first what you need to remember to go before to Documents, Imaging, go to the photo editing settings to set everything here, and then you can go to Animation, and ArchiCAD will take those parameters from this window and to create animation from this with those settings. Otherwise, you will see animation with such effects, as we can see in 3D. So it's not the most realistic animation in ArchiCAD. But you have also, what do you have here? You have also what kind of the animation, how long it should be. We have 3 cameras, and you just place it how many cameras ArchiCAD should to place between those 3 ones. So between the first one and the second one, ArchiCAD will add 10 more cameras in the same distance between them, and then between the second and third will be again 10. If I will change it to, for example, 50, the animation will be more smooth than, of course, give a result to movie, or you can just make some picture, the view from every camera which ArchiCAD will render. You can also export this animation to 3D Studio file, to Electric, to, for example, Atlantis render, and you can work on this animation to some extra software to change this, to make it even look better than in ArchiCAD. So I can use such, for example, you can create all those pictures here, and you can place it to Photoshop and make even animation in Photoshop from those pictures. If you would like to make some post-production to work with every picture to make it bigger, better, to change it, for example, in some Lightroom, to place some preset and to add the this to add some extra effect and to make some animation from the pictures in some extra software. So you can also change the colors. You have option to place some alpha channel to make, for example, some transparent the background in ArchiCAD. And before save it, you can also show. So before you wait to render everything, you can click on the show and you can check, is the way how camera is working really good? It's not too high, too we can see everything nice. If not, then change the level of your camera to make it look, for example, not from 1 meter 26, from the 1 meter 78, to change the level of the camera, and it will be going up, down, to place some extra camera and to move the camera to different place. And it's not a problem. For example, I can see that this camera is a little bit looks in strange direction, so I can move camera. Always when you click on this black dot, you can move this element, you can move where this camera is looking, and when you click on those lines, you can even change the path of the animation to make it looks a little bit better. For example, if I'm now here going through my wall and I will I would like to go through my window or through my door, I can change it a bit without even changing the position of my camera. So you can also export to some Google VRA, but I think it's much more better to export to this BIMx application. I have full documentation with your project. It looks better and work better, but also you can just create something like 3D effects which you can publish, for example, on Facebook or on your website, and everyone it's like panorama, so you can click with your mouse and turn around to left, right side, so you can really create nice way of presentation in ArchiCAD. Of course, on the beginning you need to have some model and you need to start from the model, otherwise you don't have anything to show on your animation and rendering in ArchiCAD. Another one question?
Have you had any experience working or using Substance Painter for renderings?
I tested a lot, but now I'm not sure. I don't remember, to be honest. So I'm mostly using those popular extra softwares for rendering, so something like Twinmotion, Atlantis, Lumion if I'm working on my laptop, because on laptop I have Windows. So you can also export between, if you create some project on the Mac, you can export this project and work later on your laptop with Windows and again back to on your Mac computer. So it's not a problem to export between Windows and Mac project. This is what you need to remember when you are working on the project. You have two files. One is, if we click on Save As, one is something like solo project, and one is something like our chief project. What is different between those two? When you are working on your own computer, you can just save it as project, solo project, because everything, all your objects, all your surfaces you have on this one machine, on one computer. But when you are working on some project and you would like to export this, for example, to a laptop and working later on your laptop and back to your project again to your Mac, it's better for you to save it as archive, because then ArchiCAD will save all your settings inside one file, all your objects which you export extra, all your surfaces, everything, every changes which you make, everything will be in one file. If you just open the solo project, for example, if I will just save it and open on the Mac, on my laptop, on the Windows, no matter if it's Windows or Mac, but different computer, for example, in 3D, I will not see this strange picture which I just placed on this wall, big wall. All our surfaces, this big which I just created, will be not there. It will be something like purple and black squares, not such big. So everything what I import to ArchiCAD will be not on this laptop. That's why when you are thinking of, for example, you would like to export to your friend, to your colleague from your work, it's much more better to export as archive. Of course, here is something like teamwork, so you can also, in the same time, working on one project. For example, it's big house. You are making interiors, but your friend is making plumbing, and someone else working on the roof, and someone else working on the garden, and everyone in the same time working on the same project. And just you have access on to some part of your project, and you are just working on this, someone on this, and it's called teamwork, and you can create something like that. Just your friend can be on Philippines, you can be on Philippines, your friend in Europe, someone else in Australia, and everyone working in the same time on the project. Just you need to have connection to internet. So it's also nice working, especially now when most of the people staying in home. So you can also work like that. But when you're working on your own project and on you are working, you need to remember if you are changing the computer, just save it as archive, and then you will have everything in one file, and you will not miss anything. You have also something like project template. What is, I think, the second the most important, even not the first one, the most important template. It's something like all your settings. You are preparing ArchiCAD for your own work, and this is the first step. What I'm mostly working with my students when I'm teaching them how to prepare ArchiCAD for your own working, because I'm working on the interiors, but for example, I'm creating restaurant or some shop. But somebody who is creating interiors but apartments, he or she has a little bit different needs than I have for my project, and you can prepare everything in ArchiCAD, all your layers, combination layers, all your options, all some materials, everything for your needs. You can even prepare all the project for printing once, if you know that every time you are printing floor plans, some interior elevation, something else, you can prepare this everything once, and it's already in ArchiCAD. So if I will start the second project, I don't need to manually preparing everything for the printing. It will be just there, ready for my work. Everything what I need to make is just start to modeling, to put some walls, to put some furniture, lamps inside, and then I'm just, as you could see, I didn't go yesterday to those plans, to those ground floors, and it's already here. We have some information about our company. Of course, we should do preparing before that. I should place that this project for somebody, and my company has such address, such phone, and my name is this and this, but the plan is here. So good work is to prepare this everything before we start to modeling, and with any extra project which you just create in ArchiCAD, you don't need to really prepare it again and again this everything, because it will be already in ArchiCAD. So for those all settings is just template, but in template we never place any elements, something like walls, roofs, slabs. We are not designing in template. Template is just one file where we just place all those information, what kind of the layers we have, what kind of the combination layers, and many different settings which we can just create in ArchiCAD. So project preferences, what kind of the dimensions, working units are, what kind of the scale we are mostly working on. So it's always when we just open open new file, ArchiCAD always asking us for a template, and you can choose always there is one template. Here is ArchiCAD 22 because my version is 22, but I can always browse templates, and for example, I can have different template for construction and different template for interiors for my restaurant, and different for hotels, and different for houses, interiors, some apartments, because I have different needs for such project, so I can have as many templates as I wish. So it's, if somebody from you we start working in ArchiCAD, I think after learning how to place those walls, windows, and next step to really learn how to create template and what really is with those templates, because template made for our needs, good template can make that our work, we can create some project in ArchiCAD, I think 5 to 10 times more faster than normally we create everything manually in ArchiCAD.
Another question is any experience with the Chinese feng shui?
I'm sorry, with Chinese, not really.
With regards to
Ah,
interior design, right? They
aha,
have this.
yes,
Yeah.
but okay, I know what you mean. More for my private life.
Ah, okay, okay.
My customers in Europe, I don't know. It's, I'm mostly rendering some restaurants or offices, and those customers, I think, not really care about this. It's more for my private life, yes.
Uh, Another question, probably these are from those who would like to be an independent contractor. So, any advice on how they should calculate their rate for those who would like to be an independent contractor with regards to interior design?
You know, it's all depends on the country, because for example in United States there are many interior designers, many designers, architects have some rates from the cost of the building or cost of the renovation. For example, in Poland it's more for the square feet, square meters, how big is flat, such such price. It all depends on the country. You need to check how your competition, how now people are working in your country, in your area where you would like to create such project, and to create something like that. All in America, it's working a little bit different. In Europe, it's working a little bit different. So hard to make some good advice, I think. I don't know how in Asia, because I'm not too
Yeah.
often have something like working contracts with Asia, mostly in Europe and United States. So I know how it's working there. I'm not sure how it's in Asia. The
How
best is to
about
check how
yeah,
competition
yeah.
is working now.
Any advice also for those who would like to be independent contractors with regards to contracts? Definitely, if you're a freelancer, that's important, right?
This for sure. The second, because I'm teaching business as well, it's to really learn a little bit. Even if you would like to be individual interior designer or architect, the best look, read for some information how to create, how really work with marketing also. It's quite important now how to work with, how to find the customers, because mostly every business are the same no matter what kind of the work you are doing. You
Yeah.
just create some service. You are not making some product. It's more service. Find how to find your niche. It's how to make some specialization that you're not designing everything. It's the best to make some specialization. For example, I'm mostly specializing in restaurants or hotels, and I'm not designing bathrooms and apartments and restaurants and this and this and this. It's better to find something where you will focus and people will start to connect your person with, okay, she or he is doing such kind of the project. It's better for the business to find some niche. And of course, to read a little bit about marketing, and it's the first step. And the second, of course, to be good in some software in your job which you would like to create, because as more you know how to work in some new software, you're working faster, so you can create the same job much more faster.
Another question is, what's your tips for hunting down or looking for clients? I think this is also difficult for those who are starting out. How do you look for or gain
uh,
clients,
I have
customers?
I'm working for myself from 15 years now, so
Wow.
I think my name customers know, but and this is what I said. I'm also teaching interior designers how to start business. So this is what I can recommending is to find your niche and to really find some specialization which you will focus, and marketing. It's now without marketing to start to create some website, to create some publish your portfolio on your website, to publish information about you to some, I don't know, some, there are some Facebook group, to some forums about for interior design. So just generally people who are looking for interior designs or just making for themselves some, and they are looking for some advice. Be active on such group to people start to know that you exist. Don't be shy, and to show some information that you exist and you are making some job. Share this that you are really working, and publish your work. Now Pinterest, if you are interior designers, Pinterest is one of the most popular, I think, social media, and for
Pinterest.
sure you should be there. I don't know how with architects, but for sure even architects are quite popular. And for sure, be active in internet. Now, internet is the first place where people are going, your customers, future customers are coming and start to looking for somebody, start to looking for some ideas. Maybe they will create such house or different house. If you would like to work for on some big project, for example, I don't know, on some airports, sport hall, then you should do, I think, more be on LinkedIn to looking for some cooperation with big company that you can start to working as freelance for them, to create some renderings, to create some separate plans for them. I can give more advice for interior designers, I think, because of my experience.
How about is Fiverr or any online marketplace or for freelancers popular in Europe or Poland, like Fiverr? Have you heard about that?
Uh, yes, I hear it's even in here in Europe. I think any country has also something, because in Poland you have some special jazz in Polish and jazz for Poland country. Uh, should I make some mistake? This one is quite popular, it's just global. And here also, it's not so much popular, for example, in Poland. But here also you can create something like your profile, and here people also looking for some job, find professionals. So people are coming here, but it's more for sure in Australia is quite popular, and United States. I don't know how in your country. You have some, for example, United States, Australia, Deutschland, France, Russia, China, it's Chinese, Italy, España, Denmark, even Singapore, New Zealand, India. So I think it's really quite popular, just not in Poland. But if you are somewhere in those spaces, for sure it's nice place to go. And so looking for some job, for example, there to create your profile there and to be active there, because here people are coming and looking for some job. And I think, for example, in Poland we have something like similar to this website, just is only in Polish, so mostly on Polish country. Maybe that's why this one is not so much popular in our country. I don't know. Maybe in your country there are such kind of the service, and you can find to create something like profile on such website and to find job on your local space in your city or around your city. If you would like to, especially interior designers need to go for some shopping, need to go to this house to make some calculation, to talk with some customers face to face. And not everything you can do virtual is possible, but still it's more welcome to meet face to face. So I think try to find such service in your country. For sure there exists something like that.
One more thing, how do you juggle your time for family and yeah, work? You have
For me,
kids?
it's very important and a kind of automatization. In ArchiCAD, you can make with this template, you can make a very quick way that you need to repeat and over create everything with every project the same job. The same in my business or my marketing, it's more automat. And then if some customers or some people are coming, all automat, that all emails are going automatically to them. So if I really need to focus on my work, I know that there is coming such person or such contact which almost he's my customer. So I'm just focusing as many times everything what could be is automatic in my business, in my company. So or marketing or social media, everything. That's why I mentioned at the beginning it's something what you should focus how to work with this on marketing, how to work in ArchiCAD, in internet. Those or work you there are some service which you can just make one time you work and then it will be over and over going like automat. For sure it's possible. I have family, I have kids, so you can find free time. And for sure for me it's important that, for example, 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the evening it's off time. I'm not checking emails, I'm not nobody dead in 15 years to wait to the morning for my answer. So you need to find something like limit. No, this time I'm working, now finish, now it's time only for myself and for my family.
How about our website? Should we hire a developer to create our website or
I think if you're a designer, if you are architect, you know, you have something like taste. what kind of the website you would like to create. You have something like WordPress, which you can create for free. There are many different kind of the templates, free templates, and it's really not difficult. I think in one weekend you can create a whole website, even if you didn't create any kind of the website before. Especially, you don't need to have something like special kind, because my website, for example, is already something like LMS, and there are courses or something like extra systems on the website. So it's bigger job, but you just need to have some like homepage, portfolio, contact. That's it. Some blog. I always welcome, even if you are thinking that you don't need to have blog. Blog works great for Google, so you will be higher position with your website if you have some blog on your website. But you can make it really in quick way. It don't need to be something like wow, special. More important is your work, your information about yourself. Who are you? What kind of the project you are creating? What kind of the person you are? It's more important, and you can make it for free with WordPress. Just you need to pay for some hosting. That's it, and it's not big money, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Awesome. Anyways, I'm going to add Nelsie for if you have Nelsie. Do we have more announcements?
Yeah, hi everyone. For their certificate of event participation and course completion, we'll just post an update in our group. So, inviting you to join us in ArchiCAD users community for you to get updates on where to submit the output and how to claim your certificates.
Awesome. And yeah, I think for those who has questions as well, please feel free. I think to connect with Beata in LinkedIn. Follow her page in LinkedIn. It's Ready Design Online. And to know more about her, please head over to Ready
This website will
Design.
be new after
Yep.
weekend, so you can find more information about ArchiCAD, I think, and some free new webinars, so you can learn something more about ArchiCAD if you would like.
Okay. So I guess that's it. It's been an honor having Beata. And yeah, every year we inspire new people, students to BIM, and hoping they will get to hear your message as well, your advocacy, probably hoping in the next year as we bring more students. Okay, once more, thank you so much, Beata. Really
Thank
hoping
you.
to visit you there and you visiting us here.
So have a
Uh,
good night.
okay, yep. So once more, we hope you've enjoyed this session with Beata. And yep. So if you have once more announcement, if you have a message or an advocacy to share, like Beata inviting you to be our next sharer for BIM Philippines and the Digital Creatives Philippines. Okay, so yep. Once more, have a great day, Beata, and great
You
evening
too.
to everyone. And yep, hoping to see you all soon after this pandemic. Okay, so we'll be leaving you with some videos from ArchiCAD. And yep, hoping you had a great night and a great day also to you, Beata. Hoping to see you soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The world has been changing since its origin. Humanity is the first race on the planet that had the power and ability to make an impact on how the world changes and to create their own environments to live in. We haven't always been aware of the consequences, but we are starting to understand. Innovation in technology has always given us the power to create what was not possible before. But sometimes, technology forces us to work with complexities that arise from innovation. Technology should not limit us. It should enhance us. It's time to give the built industry the ability to focus on their core mission, to build a better tomorrow. Our mission is to unleash the creativity of the builders of tomorrow through continuous innovation in accessible design technology. Our vision is to make the built environment tangible before it exists. Enscape. Visualize tomorrow.